Right. Flip-flop weather. It's dead warm today here in Britain. Right, let's check check what I can see. Perfect. Right, okay. So got the trolley, got these two, Max and the X-Maxx. Look at them wheels. Aren't they hideous? Right, first off, the Max. So in here, hopefully you can see, I've gone back to a standard mount. Still got the metal, I think it's a GPM plate there, and the metal band, but the mount itself is plastic, and this is, I've gone back to standard on that rather than metal. I've also fitted a M2C sort of slender bash bar. So I thought, well, if I'm adding a bit of weight at the bottom to increase rigidity, might not need to have this quite so rigid, if that makes sense, seeing as that's heavy. So that off, that on, maybe do the same job. I don't know, we'll see. Got a Gensace 5000 milliamp hour battery in there because the Traxxas one's given up. Oh, I've cut my finger open on the way here. So yeah, so my Traxxas battery that cost £145, I've worked out I've used it 10 times because I video every time I come out. So in a year, 10 runs, and it's lost a cell. So I'm just speaking to them about that, the model shop I got it from, see if I can get anything for it, any help, you know what I mean, for a new one or whatever. So yeah, I've also fitted new hubs and caster blocks and hubs at the front, and new hubs at the back as well. So I've had this a year, over a year. I think I bought it in maybe June last year, so it's had the original hubs on since then. And I've also got a new shell, and it looks a bit crap, but what I've done, I've reinforced these to try and prevent pull through. I've realised that that's actually where these fail, is these pull through. So as you can see, I've sort of just increased the surface area. Oh, new front bumper and a new crush bar at the front as well. That had all deformed. So yeah, new front skids, plate, new bumper, gone back to an original mount, new body that I can't get to fit. So yeah, new hubs. So it's had a bit of work really. Oh, and new tyres. Got a new set of sledgehammers all round. Obviously all round, it's a new set. So yeah, four new ones. So I've trimmed the body, and where I've trimmed the body, I've just realised it's razor sharp, and that's why I've sliced my finger open. As you can see, or you might not see, I don't know, but yeah, I've managed to slice it on this here where I've trimmed it. So spent a fortune really. I think that bash bar from M2C, I got that from Model Sport in here in England, and I think from memory that was maybe 40 quid, something like that. It wasn't like crazy. Come on, for fuck's sake, what is wrong with me? Sorry about this. I wanted to show you the insides, you know, that the mountain stuff. There we go. No drama. Oh. So yeah, new bearings all round. Tell you what I noticed when I put the plastic mounts all back on, and the plastic underneath. So I had like a metal mount, I don't know what you even call it, like the bit underneath that the motor sits on these. That was metal as well, and I've changed it back to plastic, and loads quieter. Great battery this. As I say, it's this Gensace one. It's a bit smaller than the Traxxas one that has failed me, but it's likely to be really good still, isn't it? I don't use it much. I think I got it with my X-Maxx. I think they chucked in two batteries, believe it or not. So yeah, the X-Maxx came with two 5,000 milliamp Gensace batteries. 4S obviously. So yeah, the hubs, they were all just like the plastic had all worn, you know, like grit gets in there, doesn't it? And plastic gets in there, kind of like wears the hubs. I mean, they don't break. Amazing, really. Never broke a hub once on this. Incredibly strong, like hubs and arms. Never broke an arm. Never broke a hub. But yeah, just like worn, the plastic had worn, so the bearings weren't sitting quite right, and it was leading to quite a bit of wobble and movement. And I was noticing I couldn't line up for jumps. The tyres had also given up, so I thought probably get a new set of tyres as well. So basically, new bearings all round, new tyres, nice and well balanced, new hubs. So everything's sitting where it should do. What I keep wondering is this mount system, this plastic mount system, and the little screw that holds the motor plate in, is the same one. From what I can see, it's the same one that's on the Max Slash, which is 6S. So now I know the Max Slash perhaps isn't designed to do what this does, because obviously that's a short course truck into it, I think. So it's probably not designed to maybe jump so high, but even so, with all the extra power of 6S, they obviously must think that this mount, this sort of plastic mount system, can deal with it. Else it wouldn't be on the 6S one, would it? So that's what made me think, do you know what? If I strengthen the chassis, so I've got perhaps a bit less flex between the towers, maybe I can get away with just using the lightweight plastic mount, if you know what I mean. So that's what I've done. I was watching Grimm RC the other day, nice guy. Bit of a Star Wars fetish going on, which I like, I'm all for that. Just recently went to, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but just recently went to Disney World, so I've been to like, is it called Galaxy's Edge? I can't figure out what it's called, but you know, the Star Wars bit at Disney World. If you're into Star Wars, Jesus Christ, that place is unbelievable. It is literally another world, no pun intended. So yeah, watching Grimm, and he was saying it doesn't steer, and he's right, it doesn't steer, and it does traction roll, but it's a lot of it is the speed of your servo to correct it when it's going wrong. So this has got an X-Maxx servo in it, so at least I can kind of try to pull it. It's not brilliant, but it's all right. I can try and correct it back. I don't use any ASM, and as you can see, even on this gravel, it will traction roll, but stick it on tarmac and it will really traction roll. But it is really, I think it's the surfaces. You can lower the centre of gravity obviously by fiddling with stuff, but if you put a MT8 here with open diffs and a reasonably open middle diff, it can get round. This can get round, look. But yeah, not the best handling of trucks, but mega trucks nonetheless. This might be benefiting a bit from being lighter, because it hasn't got the big battery. That Traxxas one's 6,700 milliamp hour and fills the tray. This is 5,000. So it might not get as long out of it, but it's obviously lighter and probably a bit less punishing on the components. I did the pinion last time out. I seem to remember it was grating and a grinding. So I replaced that, I believe, or certainly refixed it. This has got one tooth up from stock. And it's running the 6S ESC out of the Sledge and out of the Max Slash. So theoretically, again, I think this uses the same CVs as the Slash. So does that mean that this could just go straight onto 6S? I was thinking I'd have to change the drive shafts to the metal ones if I went 6S. So I don't really know. Not really sure. Because I know this motor can run 6S, so theoretically I could run 6S on this. But, do you know, I don't think I want to. It's alright, isn't it? That wasn't what I wanted to do. It's not wanting to front flip. At all. It is not wanting to front flip. No, it's like the brakes aren't sharp enough. They are sharp though. Not sure why it's not. It's like it's not creating enough stopping put force in the air to flip it. Not sure. I'll have a look at that. Right. One last one. One more last one. Let's get it right. Ugh. Cursed it. Maybe I've turned the brakes down. Don't know. The brakes work there, look. Heard me apply them to straighten it. Oh God. Sometimes, you know, I really struggle to hit the ramp. What's that, about 4 times, and I've missed it every time. And that's the battery done. So that went well. Better than last time out when everything broke within 2 minutes. So no, that was a good run. Oh, quick look, see what's going on. First thing that's come out, look. See that? Screw there, look. That I can't pick up. So that screw lives in there. I've got a rocket fan in here. It's really hot. Battery's alright. Everything's hot. That's why I take the shroud off a bit, let it cool. Everything else looks okay. That's still on alright. That little doobry. No, that went alright, didn't it? So no issues. Shell hasn't broken, which is good. So I have to turn that off because these share controllers. So I can't have that running, I don't think, when this is on. Right. Let's get this thing fired up. So I'm gonna guess I'm gonna have to turn this off so that it pairs. Okay, so on this one, I've got the most vile tyres and wheels you've ever seen. There we go, it's paired up. And these are on offer, so I bought them. I think they were 50 quid for 50 quid for 2, and normally 65 I think for 2. So I thought, you know what, the colour's hideous, but they'll be broke pretty quick. So new sledgehammers, and I've also done new hubs front and rear, because these things kept falling out, those little pegs at the bottom, so that it's stripped. So I bought new ones of those and new ones of those. I just bought Traxxas ones, because it used to have RPM ones in, or Proline, I can't remember now, one of the two, because they were the big. So when I bought that had the smaller bearings. It was the version, whatever version that was, where they didn't put the bigger bearings in. So I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I did put Proline and RPM on it, because they were the guys doing the bigger bearings, the bigger, stronger bearings. So that's what I did almost immediately. I put on RPM. In fact, I think it was RPM at the front. So RPM, C hubs and wheel hubs. And then on the back, Proline. And that replaced the little diddly Traxxas ones. Then, I think around the time they launched the XRT, they put big ones on all of them, like standard, so no need to buy RPM and Proline big hubs. The Traxxas own brand ones are now the biggies, as standard, and probably have been for a few years, maybe 2 years, something like that. So, and the Traxxas ones, the Traxxas everything on this has been really good. Traxxas arms, Traxxas hubs, never break. I mean, they are the HD ones I've got on it now, but even the standard ones never broke. I just changed them just to waste money. So yeah, it's got HD uppers and HD lower arms, but the reality is that they never actually broke. You know, the normal ones, I just changed them because I could, and it was cheap. Obviously, all the parts are cheap for these. Even in little old Blighty, these things are cheap on parts, except for body shells and except for tyres and wheels. Everything else is cheap except for those bits. This shell, this Proline one, has been brilliant. It's the, I forget what it's called. They call it something, don't they? Brute tough or something. And yeah, it's been great. It's just about probably 2 or 3 mil thicker than the normal one, but I don't know what it's made out of. It's a bit more of a waxy sort of plastic. So it seems to have a lot more flex to it, and when it cracks, the cracks don't spread, they just sort of, it cracks but it doesn't sort of shatter. It's just a better plastic. It's a bit heavier, but not a lot. And let's face it, everyone uses different heavy batteries anyway, so what difference does that make? A few grams on the body shell, and then you've got people using 9,000 mAh batteries, and some people using 6,500 mAh batteries, you know, and people are worried about the weight of a body shell, you know. It's all a bit nonsense, isn't it, really? So in mine at the moment, I've got a couple of it's got one of the batteries that split in half last week in the Outcast. So in this I've got a couple of 8,500 China Hobbyline, I think they are, high voltage ones, but I've not charged them to high voltage. I read somewhere that the electrics on this might not like that. disconnect. The only problem with these batteries is that I haven't got Traxxas connectors. They're connected with you know, converters, which means this happens, look, especially when I tuck the wires weirdly like that. Bring that through there, that might help. He says, pinching the wires off. Why is that so tight? There we go. Got it. There she is. Yeah, I suppose really by now I could, you know, chop these off. Oh. Not like it's not like I'm going to get anything under warranty anymore, is it? Could just chop them off and put some, thinking of those Q ones, or whatever they are, that everyone says are good, Q something or others, but I don't fancy soldering my batteries, you know, live batteries and stuff, so probably just go EC5 or IC5, whatever it is. Oh, it shifts, doesn't it, this one? That doesn't sound good, does it? Did you hear that? Like a brrr. Oh. Landed all forward, isn't it? I think I've bent the drive shaft. I think that's what that noise is. So the aluminium drive shaft underneath can bend, and it sounds a bit like you've got spokey dokies in your BMX. I think if you're really lucky, you can bend it back. But it won't do no harm, it's just catching that underside body tray. Sounds good, doesn't it? So what I might do next to this is I might put a little, not the big one, but the little M2C. Or maybe an Adu Racing one. Might put an Adu Racing you know, mid-support thing. What would you call it? Chassis brace. Another disconnect. Yeah, I might put a chassis brace on it just to, well, I don't know really, just to stop the chassis bending. I suppose that would stop me bending a 8-pound drive shaft. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes what you're trying to prevent is almost not worth it because of, they're not expensive fixes. My mate Chris with the CRC, he's got a really mega drive shaft. I think it might be Vitavon. It's dead, you know, really good one. And I said, what's the point? The cost, you know, I think it may be 50 quid. You know, it's not cheap, you know, for the drive shaft. But obviously it won't bend ever. So it won't do what I've just done. It won't do that noise. But they're only £8, so I'd have to bend like, I can't even do the maths. I'd have to bend 10, 11, 12 of them if they're 50 quid to get me money back. Sorry, if they're 70 or 80 quid and these are about £8 each. So, you know, there's a scale of economy, isn't there, where certain things might not be worth it. And also, you know, that extra weight spinning What do you put wear on? Same old boring stuff, innit? I like these sledgehammer tyres. Give it good air control. Big and heavy, and they expand. I think I'm running 1850 on this. It's a beast, isn't it? Yeah, there's a reason I don't go this way. Is it on its feet? I can see its legs. Battery's disconnected. What I sometimes do on these connectors is I put a bit of I call it mastic. I don't know what the right word. Like decorator's cork. You know, out the guns, sealant filler stuff. I put that on them because it's quite gummy, isn't it? And that just sort of helps them sort of stick. They seem to go a bit slidey after a while. You know, where they just slip off. You see it there, look, that stuff. You perhaps just need a bit more on. Yeah, it's quite loose, that one. Just turned straight back on then, which was weird. Didn't even press the button. So yeah, because these disconnects get annoying, don't they? For you and me. Oh, hey up. Someone's been jumping it. Good lads. Looks like they made a little track, look. It's probably because the sand's gone. Ah, keeps disconnecting. I'll call it a day. Bloody boring watching people plugging batteries, isn't it? So successful, really, I think. Those pins haven't fell out the bottom, that's good. Yeah, successful day. Nothing's really broke. Need to sort out my batteries under here, but didn't lose the mesh. Drove all right, drove in a straight line. The new hubs, new steering hubs, new bearings. It's got the upgraded servo, Traxxas one in it. The middle one, standard one, this one, mega one. This is the middle one. So in the UK, I think about £115, something like that. Standard one's about 70 quid. That's in the max. And the upgraded one that I think is a bit like a perfect pass power is about 140. So there is one more. If you wanted to stick with Traxxas, but if you didn't want to stick with Traxxas, there's a world of choice, isn't there? These springs are all right. These are those Adu springs I put in the other week. Seem all right, don't they? One last one. Nearly. Oh. We'll call it quits. Right. Crocs on. Hot day. KCRC ramp. Usual garbage. Trolley. The missus used that on Sunday, despite her mocking. She went to like a music thing and she filled it with beer and food. So, what a purchase. Yeah, no more mocking. I don't think we saw another human being or an animal. So yeah, really quiet. Kids' holidays as well. You thought there'd have been kids here, wouldn't you, with like BMXs and smoking weed and stabbing each other, but no, nothing, not a soul. So there we go. Thank God. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. 500 of you now, so going great guns. See ya.